Jay, what did you think of that? These comments from LeBron about playing in empty arenas.
Well, I understand what LeBron was talking about. Obviously, playing with fans can bring out a different kind of energy, and you can respond to that if you have a moment of being tired mentally or physically. But then I would disagree with him because, as hard as it is to manufacture your own energy, if you're playing in an arena without fans, Greeny, I would think and ask every NBA player, every athlete, implore them to be reflective of the times that we're in, right? So yes, it is hard to manufacture your own energy, but at the same time, it's hard for my next door neighbor who's pregnant, who's about to have a kid in this environment, right? Where her husband can't go into the hospital with her. It's hard when you see thousands of people staying outside hospitals waiting to get tests. So if there's one bastion of hope that we have as fans, is please take our mind away from what's happening currently in the world. And if the hard part for players is to play in an arena with no fans, then we have to do that. We need to do that because us as fans, we need our superstar players to lead the effort to take our minds away from this horrific place that we're in as a society right now. That's what we need, Greeny. So if the time comes up, I really hope that LeBron and everybody, as hard as it may be, they step up and they bring that energy. They bring that kind of excitement to the game that we all expect them to have, because this is what we need from them. This is what we need from LeBron James and all the great leaders in sports. Who cares about fans right now? We need you on the court. We need you on the fields to be the best at what you can do. As a fan, that's what I'm in dire need of.
I so agree with that, and that's so well said, Jay. And Adam Silver said to Rachel last week in their interview that he is taking into account that there may be a civic responsibility for the league and for the players to try and find some way to put some entertainment out there for all of us who are starving for it. So I think that's very well said. So this is another part of it, right? There's two such completely distinct parts of this. There's how do we get everyone back on the court, and then once we do, what exactly is it we are doing? What do you think of that, Jay? How should they try and put together something that will create a champion?
Well, I like the scenario of a playoff round between those teams 8 and 11. I like those matchups to be able to see those teams kind of work into it. And I think inevitably, if you had 3 or 4 games that you're able to play as tune-up games leading into the playoffs, I think that would be good. I think the bigger question, Greeny, regardless of however you figure out the dynamics of the playoff seedings, is, and they addressed it in the podcast, how do you keep guys safe from everything that's going on? And Richard Jefferson brought up the idea of, do you quarantine teams throughout their playoff run? And LeBron's like, I'm not trying to have any of that. He wants to be around his family. So I think that is the biggest, and I do not have an answer for it right now. I think Adam Silver and company are still trying to ponder over how to do this. But do you quarantine entire teams as they're on this playoff route to make sure that everybody stays safe and you don't have to worry about having a situation where after a game you find out that somebody has it because they've been around somebody that they shouldn't be around? That's going to be the major question for Adam Silver and the league.
Absolutely. And Silver has repeatedly said, and I credit him for it, right now all options are on the table. There's no obvious reason at this point, when we have really no way of knowing, whether we have a crystal ball of exactly what the future is going to look like the next few months. Why take any option off the table right now? Let's see where it all winds up. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.